Now in other legal news, was country star Mindy McCready being investigated for killing her boyfriend? ET has new details tonight about what led up to Mindy's apparent suicide.
It made me want to not be here anymore.
2 years ago, the former country star talking to ET about 3 failed suicide attempts. And now, new questions about what pushed her over the edge in Heber Springs, Arkansas. It appears McCready shot her dog and then herself. She was despondent over the death of her lover, David Wilson, whose body was found on the same porch last month. But how did Wilson die?
They had gotten into an argument a couple of days earlier about his spending.
E.T. talked with longtime friend and private investigator Dan O'Hanks, who was the last to interview McCready. He says she was cleared by police the day Wilson was shot.
He was still alive and she wanted to go in the ambulance to the hospital, and the police wouldn't let her. They said they wanted to do a gunshot residue test on her hands. And they did that test and determined that she had not handled the firearm.
Wilson's body was sent to the Arkansas State Crime Lab for a full autopsy and analysis. ET News Director Whitney Wallace has been in contact with the state prosecutor.
I'm told that the autopsy is complete and the cause of death is known, and that investigators are just waiting until all details are completed before they issue any information on how David Wilson died.
And what happens to McCready's 2 children? Xander, now 6, and 10-month-old Zane were taken from their mother by family services just before she died. Xander's father, Billy McKnight, who was convicted of assault on McCready, says he wants his son back with him in Florida. Zane's father was David Wilson. Both of his parents are dead. We asked family law specialist Stephanie Blum.
California courts favor keeping siblings together. If it is determined that there's absolutely no relative that is able to take care of these kids, I presume they'll stay in foster care or maybe even be placed for adoption. It's a really sad situation.
Incredibly sad. And there are so many more twists and turns to this story.